Hey, hello viewers. I hope you all are doing great and staying safe. So happy Diwali to all my YouTube family and sorry for the late video. So let's just start with our presentation. So what is the today's topic? So before going ahead, I again want to happy Diwali to all my YouTube family. Thank you so much for being with me till here. One day we will be like very big family. I hope and finger crossed for that thing. But let's just start it with our thing. And as you know that, so till the death. And okay, so one more thing. If you liking my videos till the date now, then just like, share, and subscribe and share with your friends. Okay, so today's topic is actually object oriented programming. But before going ahead, let me clear you one thing that the Python is functional programming language as well as procedure programming language as well as object oriented programming language. So if anyone say na why to choose Python or the other language, I'll only give these three main reasons why we have to choose as a Python as our first language and why we have to make the career out of it. Okay, so functional programming language. So we know that the functional programming, a program consists entirely of evaluation of pure function. Okay, so whatever the program will entirely contain now only pure functions, and we made the functions, and then we call that function, that is the functional programming language. So what Google says about this thing, so it is a computation proceed by the nested or composed function calls without changing to the state or mutable data. The functional paradigm is popular because it offers several advantages over other programming paradigms. Okay, so second thing. So it is a procedural programming language. So why we are calling it as a procedural programming language? Because whatever the task we are set to we are setting the iterations or we are setting up the step. So the tasks are treated like it will be step by step iteration where we can say the common tasks are placed in a one common function, and whenever that common tasks are needed, we call that function, and this coding style favors iteration, sequencing, selection, and modularization, and Python excels in implementing this particular paradigm. So that's the only reason we call it as a procedural programming language. Okay, and the next one, which is the topic we are most awaited for this topic, because till the date we have covered so many topics. So in the Python we started with our writing the first program, then after that we have covered so many data types. So after that we have covered list, tuple, then the set, then the so many things like the if else statement, then the ellipse statement, how those are working in this. Okay, or after that we have seen lot of stuff like the loops for each loop, or how the range functions are working in the given scenario, and the while loop how it's working. And then after that we have started with the functions, so we know that the how to make functions, then we know that how to call that particular function, and we know that the whenever we are going to write a standalone function, standalone file. That time we are using the functions and how we are using those functions. So all the things till that we are covered. Okay, as well as I covered the one liner also. So and after that thing we are going to started with the object oriented. Okay, so why, if someone say now why the oops is the really important for the programming language na, then my answer is whenever you have to make any application na, that time you have the only one thing, that time you get the designing idea all about the things, how the application will going to look like, how it is going to perform. And for that thing, the performance under criteria, that time we are using the low level design. And for that thing, the oops is the foremost, or we can say that the it is the at most important topic of any programming language. Okay, so let's just begin with that. So what is object oriented programming? So object oriented programming is a programming paradigm that uses object and classes in programming. So it's basically uses object as well as classes. Okay, and it aims to implement real world entities like inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation, etc. in the programming. So going ahead in the next videos, we are going to see each of the oops pillar in the detailed manner. So stay tuned for that thing. Okay, and to bind the data and the function that work on that together as a single unit, so that no other part of the code can access this data. Okay, so a lot of people get confused about this thing, but let me tell you guys, oops is the thing which we need to learn, and we have to need to learn like whatever we not going to mug up anything here. We can solve a real world problem, or we can take a small problems and we can build our application with this thing. So once I completed the oops, that time we are also completed our one best application. And that time where you will see how we are using oops and what is the feature the oops are adding to that application to make that application to the next level. Okay, so the next point is, so object contain actually two things. One is an attribute and another one is a behavior. Okay, so attribute. So attribute is like the given name or color to that person. Okay, let's take one example of person. Let's take my example only. Na? So my name is Rajesh, you all know that. And my color is, my mom says you are not a brown guy, but yes, I am brown guy. Okay, and when we talk about the behavior, na, so you know all that the I'm just talking and so many things like that is the my behavior. Okay, and I like to do coding, and that is also my behavior, because whenever I do code, na, I'll do with my all the ages, and I will put my all efforts to make that thing happen. So whatever I want to achieve from that code, na, that time I have only in my mind that these things need to be achieved by my code itself. Okay, so let's continue with our next slide. Okay, so as I mentioned, there are four main pillars of oops. One is inheritance, another one is a polymorphism, there, and after that encapsulation and the data abstraction. Okay, so let me tell you one thing about each pillar. So each pillar has a different feature and has a different type of whatever we are going to use the logics now, that has a different type of content. So inheritance is something like the child take his father or mother genetics, and the whatever the actions are, or whatever the what we can say, whatever the features, or whatever we can say behavior na, that is somewhat is inheritance. Okay, and the encapsulation, so polymorphism I will talk about later, because here now we got somehow stuck in that thing. Because polymorphism we need to some, there are some twist there. So there will be two types of polymorphism. One is a runtime polymorphism and another one is a compile time polymorphism. Okay, and then the encapsulation. So what is the encapsulation? So going ahead we are going to see these things in a depth, but let me tell you, the encapsulations means binding the all whatever the we are declaring the variables, we are declaring the class, we are going to declare the methods. Methods is not but a function itself. So we are binding them together and making them in a one shell, and that we can call it as an encapsulation. Okay, and what is the data abstraction? Someone will ask, na? So data abstraction is something like that. Okay, let's take one example. There is one ice cream corner. Hmm? Okay, and there we get na one. Let's say that. Whatever we have to order now, they are giving us a tab or something like that. But that tab have now some certain features inside that, but we only care about which feature. We have to order this, and we just have to order that thing. But that tab particularly show us only that thing. But the tab is containing so many things like the ice cream left at the shelf, what is the shelf life of those ice cream, and what is the money collected by or collected during the today itself. Okay, so that all things came into the data abstraction. Some will say, what are you talking about? Okay, so I am talking about the behavior of any code that will only show the things we need to see. The that code don't show the properties, or we can say the behaviors or the things we don't have to see, or that is the business requirement na? So the customer cannot see this things and only can see these things. That is somewhat a data abstraction. Okay, let me clear you one simple things. If you're not clear with the oops pillar, just let me know in the comments, because we are going to get these all pillars in the depth. And don't worry about that thing ki, I'm not getting the what is the concept this is. But I will assure you that one thing, guys, if you have not started the Python course na, then I will say just look over the our course and just be with me on this oops, because whatever I am going to teach here na, I will put my 100%. And I just want to one thing from you guys. You have to be regular at watching the videos, and also you know that our subscriber base or the videos like by the peoples are on a lower side. as you know that we are not at that level till the date, but let me assure one thing, whatever I am teaching now, guys, you will feel love with the Python about this oops concept, because guys, whatever I'm going to teach here, I have made so many things, so many notes here, and whatever I'm going to teach now, I have practiced that thing and I have done that thing so many times. So you will get the, what we can say, the top notch content from these oops topic. And just that's it, and thank you for watching my videos. And if you like this video, then do share with your friends, family, and do let them know that someone has come and he want to change our coding destination. And just say that to them, just subscribe his channel and he will going to rock soon. Till then, bye bye. Thank you for watching.